What's good, guys? Today we're going to be starting off by working on the Skyline, but the first thing we actually need to do is we're going to check base timing again. There was some interesting results in that log that we did yesterday, and we just want to make sure there's definitely nothing wrong with the timing and that everything checks out there. So what we're going to do is start this puppy up, plug in the ECU, and get everything queued in with the Link software. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the timing at 10 degrees again. We're going to hook up the timing light that I've got here and make sure that we're pretty much got no issues there again. I'm starting to think that maybe my CAS is starting to be a bit faulty, so that would make a lot of sense. So very common thing on these things, so let's figure it out. So in the Link tuning software, to lock your timing is this little calibration tool, which you'll find in your ECU settings here. Just type calibrate in the search bar there and it'll come up. And then pretty much you set your parameters here, open this up, and you'll actually notice that you probably just heard the engine kind of come down a bit. That's because now we should be locked at exactly 10 degrees. So now what we're going to do is open up the hood, set up the timing light, and then look at our harmonic balancer and make sure we are sitting at 10 degrees. This is so hard to do one-handed. Luckily I'm tall and I can just sit the hood on my shoulder and then click that in. There we go. So we've got the timing light hooked up to power source here. We've got it hooked around the first wire there on the coil pack. And when we shine this puppy down there, it might be hard to see on camera, but we are smack bam on 10 degrees. And the important thing as well is that it's also at 10 degrees through the rev range. So if I just, I'm just gonna sit the camera over here and I'm gonna rev it up and make sure that it stays at 10 degrees when I'm revving. It does seem to walk the tiniest bit. Now that could be my tensioner, or a few various other things it could be. Geez, my hair today is not playing ball. But yeah, it could be a fair few things. But it seemed to walk like maybe 1 or 2 degrees, which isn't ideal, but it's not too bad. So may need to retension the timing belt, or it's most likely, honestly, my CAS. My CAS is probably worn out, which is also another thing that can happen. So we may need to just go and buy a new CAS. What we're going to do now is load the latest file that Darren sent over to me. I'm going to load that onto the ECU and store it. And Darren did confirm for me. Geez, he made a fair few changes there. Awesome. Looks like my fuel map's been beefed up a bit. Thank you very much, Darren. Flippin' champion. It also looks like that, yeah, we did have a quick look there, and it seems like my CAS signal is really kind of weak and weird. So we're both kind of leaning towards maybe the CAS is on its way out. So now I'm kind of stuck with an idea of like, should I just replace the CAS or should we just go to a trigger kit? But for now, we've got that file loaded, so we're gonna go do a pull. We've got boost creep issues as well that we're dealing with and trying to solve, so we may need to switch around with some springs in the actuator. But for now, I just wanna say a massive thank you to all you guys for the Cyber Monday sales. You killed it. This is like only half of them, so I've got to do the other half, and I've been flat out today, which is why it's already getting dark. Just trying to sort out orders, and got a label printer and everything set up today so I could actually print labels faster. Good times, man, good times. Anyways, off to the post office. The girls are gonna hate me because they've only got like 30 minutes left before they're supposed to shut, and I'm about to give them like 100 envelopes. So, YOLO. Do people even say that anymore? I don't know, let's just go. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pitch black now, and I only now just finished at the post office. That was a disaster. Essentially, every single one of them I had to rewrite a whole new like thing for them for customs, because I'm not just sending stickers anymore. They can't be like classified as just sending like a letter internationally. So it's, you know, it's a small packet, a small thing, and every single one of those like 100 envelopes we had, I had to write a customs declaration for. So rip to me. But the good news is for future ones with my label printer, I'll just get a bigger size type of label, and I can scan and copy the customs declaration and make it part of the address label and put that on each letter, and then all I have to do is sign it. So that's not too bad. So it's okay, it's just a little bit of a stuff up this time. You live and you learn, right boys? But now it's pitch black, so we got to sort out stuff with the vlog, I guess. I don't even know what's happening now. You guys know we had to do a Starbucks run, getting myself a caramel macchiato and the caramel donuts. Yeah, boy. So back home, and it's gotten so dark outside, it's insane. Probably only need one of these lights so the light doesn't make my face look crazy. But I think the best thing for me to do today, because it's kind of been such a write-off because I had to sort out all those orders and get stuck at the post office for so long, is I've been wanting to fix the digital dash in my Skyline for ages now. Literally, I don't know why. I think it's my power source to it. There could also be something wrong internally with it. I don't know yet. But regardless, I'm gonna disassemble it, pull it off the column. We're gonna bring it inside and take a look and figure out what's going on. Also, I've been wanting to do that for so long because I want to customize like the startup video and images and stuff like that. So perfect opportunity to do that and just kind of geek out on some Linux stuff. So I think we're gonna do that now. By the way, my dash is made by a company called PowerTune. They sell amazing affordable dashes that work on a massive range of ECUs, pretty much all of them. Works on Link, works on Apexi Power OC, even works on factory standard Nissan ones. Like, it's insane the software that they've developed that works on the Raspberry Pi and everything, and you get the whole thing as a package with the touchscreen. It's epic, and I think like their basic one starts at like $400 or something stupid. They're so cheap and affordable. Anyways, so I'm gonna pull that off, figure out what's going on there, and we'll pick it up from there. So I just finished completely disassembling my entire digital dash and troubleshooted everything. Seems like the Raspberry Pi, which is like the heart of everything, this thing is totally fine. There's not a single fault with any of the hardware or the components. The only issue is this SD card. It seems like the data on there has gotten corrupted. It's pretty standard for flash data, like flash media, to actually get corrupted over time. And I guess because it's constantly being turned on and off, on and off, on and off multiple times, it's kind of just something that happens. So we're going to be getting this. I got another SD card that it's brand new that I can use for this. So we're going to do that. And reflash it with the help with the guys over at PowerTune. But what's actually really cool is, as you guys know, I've been prototyping and helping them develop this product even further. So what I was talking to them about 6 months ago was a good way to try and prevent these from getting corrupted is to have like a little kind of shutdown board built into the dash with a little battery. And what that does is when it detects that the ignition and the keys have been turned off, it'll stay powered for a few seconds while it actually tells like the computer inside this thing to shut down correctly and close all the applications and power off without any corruption. Well, it just decreases the chance of data corruption happening on the flash media. You're still going to eventually need to replace your SD card at some point, but it is what it is. Try to prevent it as much as you can. So they're actually releasing that soon. So they'll be sending that out to me at some point too. And we'll have that new circuit board in here, which I assume will just be integrated into this thing. But yeah, it's pretty epic to see how far these guys have come since I first started working with them with their prototypes and telling them what improvements needed to be made and stuff like that. Also, I do apologize if you're not into this kind of stuff, but I'm really geeking out. I love this kind of Linux Raspberry Pi stuff. So let's go. This is one of the reasons why I love PowerTune digital dashes. I don't need a keyboard or anything. It's all touchscreen. I connect it to the Wi-Fi, and then I just simply hit the update button, and now it's updating to the latest version, which is epic. I still also need to make sure we change that boot up screen because I'm sick of that rotary thing coming up all the time. So I threw my logo into After Effects, and I've just added this really quick light effect to it, and that's literally it. It's just a 4-second clip of a little quick light effect, and that way we've got an MP4 now to throw onto the dash for the boot up screen. I've also set this to the perfect resolution and everything. I might make the logo a little bit bigger, but I think that's gonna look pretty sick. Okay, so if we're lucky right now, what's up guys, how's it going? I'd wave at you, but yeah, whatever. Hopefully the logo is not the rotary anymore. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Damn it! This time, if we're lucky, no more rotary. Please, God. Oh my Lord, why? Fingers crossed now, we've got this right. Please work. Nothing's playing. Interesting. Damn it! So after a huge, massive bunch of things happening, we may have this thing functioning correctly now. Just waiting. Oh my god. It just worked. Ah, so cool. Finally. It did something. Did something. Okay, I think it's still... Oh yeah, I probably need to make the logo a black screen or something so that it's not just a white screen while it loads. And now I can import my old... where is it? Import. Load. Here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clear. Clear. Alright, cool. Import. Select what I want. -1. Load. And then this should be the same that I had in my other car. Oh. It didn't work. So I've made some changes. Let's reboot this sucker. I think you're gonna like what I've done. Hopefully it looks good. Let's see. Come on, baby. Should be the SAMMIT logo in a second. Nice. Yoshio factory. That does not look centered at all, so we need to fix that for sure. Oh. It's hard for the camera to see, but made everything kind of pink. Put Oka-chan in the middle. I like that. Looks good. Probably not the most entertaining video for a lot of you guys, but for anyone out there that likes geeking out like I do, especially when it comes to Linux or anything around like Raspberry Pis and that kind of stuff, it's definitely a lot of fun. Anyways, all of that aside, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a recap about what actually was the cause of everything with the digital dash failing for me. And that literally was that my SD card got corrupted and damaged from voltage issues caused by the power supply that's in my car that provides that with the 5 volts at 3 amps that it needs to run. I don't know if something inside it's just kind of burnt out or something, but it was only providing it with like 3.5 volts and really low amperage. And that with a combination of it being turned on and off a lot of times, I guess what it's done is it just destroyed the SD card. So I did end up getting it to boot off the SD card in the end when I gave it proper power supply. But then the issue with that was that it was so badly damaged that it wouldn't let me write any files to the SD. It would only let me read, which enabled me to essentially copy a bunch of stuff off to then put onto the new SD card so that I could then, you know, when I reflash the image and stuff on there, I could then get my settings and stuff back. So we got about like half of our settings back, and the rest of them, it's not a big deal. We can just re-enter them in. But I've got a really good high quality SD card in there now. I've got a new power supply on the way. So when I put that back in there, things are going to be mint. And this is all kind of like part of the process of me getting that car like up to a stage with wiring and, you know, sensor inputs and stuff like that, so that it's impossible for anything to go wrong, and that I'll always know what's going on. Because the changes that are going to happen to the Skyline next year, it's going to be very important that I want all of that, because there's going to be a lot of money invested in what's going to be in the engine bay. So yeah, anyways, I'm giving you guys a lot of hints about what's about to happen to the Skyline next year, but just get excited. With that note, guys, make sure you check out SAMMIT.net to get yourself some merch. I know there's no more Cyber Monday sales, but if you want to support the channel and you missed out during Cyber Monday, definitely check out the link in the description. Get yourself some 6-slap stickers, keychains, and all that jazz. And with that, I'm going to sign out. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Jamata.